from a little cover. I got my dreams in sight, wrestling on the mat. I go and put up a fight with every hold and slam. I rise to the peak. Now as Professor Bear, it's my strength that they see. Roaring with knowledge like a lion so proud. In this wrestling world, I'm standing out loud. I'm Professor Bear, got the passion to spare. Wrestling's my life with the power to share. From the roof to ropes, in the spotlight we gleam, chasing victory dreams, living out the theme. Now my WOSN, my squad.
Yeah. Hey, new beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul.
With my boys crew, we'll always ride. In the wrestling world, why just claim the prize.
Okay.
Welcome, and thank you for joining me this evening. I'm Professor Bear, and this is a Bear's Thoughts. Guys, girls, it's been moving along this month. We had some great interviews, getting to talk to companies all around the world, which is very cool and humbling that I'm getting a chance to reach out to different countries and find out about their way of wrestling and different things. This has been such an amazing journey. And when you're doing journeys, you always like not only reach out to new, but familiar people and familiar companies. And that's why I'm so happy to have my guest on tonight. Look, if I start throwing out adjectives, we'd probably be here till midnight before we could even get to talking. So I just want to introduce my friend, Jessica. How are you
Good
doing?
evening. I'm good. I am good. And the adjective you're probably looking for is crazy. Like that one would fit too. Cause you gotta be crazy to be in here, right? At least a little bit.
I was about to say it's funny because I had Bull Buchanan on a couple of weeks ago. And I said,
hmm
Bull, if I was going to ask you for advice, I want to start a promotion. What should I do? Don't.
Don't. Exactly. Don't. It
He's
ain't
like,
for the weak.
he said,
It is
don't
not
do
for
it.
the
Don't
weak.
do it. He said, then he told me, you just got a lot of money. You just like throwing away.
If you're allergic to money in your pocket, start a wrestling promotion. Because it will be gone real quick.
Ah,
Just
it is
ugh.
so it's funny and amazing that damn near every promoter I've talked to has told me that.
Look, when people tell you that wrestling owes you nothing, they're right because wrestling will send you an invoice every month. Like your light bill, wrestling, your gas bill, wrestling, your water bill, wrestling, a car note, insurance, wrestling. Yeah. Wrestling is a hungry business, and a lot of people will hold out their hand like this a lot, but nobody wants to do this.
Right.
Yeah. So wrestling owes you nothing, but it will take everything if you let it. So you got to
Oh,
be a little crazy, just a little.
just a little. So before we get into the conversation, I want my fans to look and see your logo. Because as you know, wrestling, as big as it is really small. And
Mhm.
fortunately, a lot of promotions have the same name or same letters. So I want them, when they look you up, I want them to know you got the right company.
Yes, yes.
And on
And
top of that, if they're lazy like I am, I hooked them up and put the QR code that's
look,
going to take them to your Facebook page. Go,
look, you did it.
hey, I know how it is. You start looking for, and I'm old too, man. I don't want to have to try to write something down, try to remember it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gone. So,
I'm old adjacent. And if it's not on my calendar, it's not going to happen. Like, don't tell me I knew about it. No, I didn't. It's got to be on that calendar, man.
oh no, I've gotten good with my calendar, but I've hadn't about making sure I put stuff on the calendar. That's
Mm,
why I have one, but some days
yeah.
it just slips.
Yeah, I got an app for the whole family, and I'm like, look, you're responsible for your own stuff. If you want me to know about it, you put it on that calendar. That way I don't have to do it all. It's a
Right?
shared calendar, and we all have access to it. It's really handy. If you want to know about it, this family wall, I'm not sponsored by them. You're not either, but it's a good app. I'm
So,
just saying.
yeah, see, this is the reason why I love talking to you, and it's because I don't care what I have planned, it always goes somewhere else, and I love it
It's
because
just like wrestling,
it's
right?
fun.
Just like wrestling. You got a plan? Nope. No, you didn't. The
So,
plan is somebody to win sometimes.
we're gonna do this. As you being a former guest of mine, I generally ask this question for everybody. I'm gonna ask it again for the people who have not seen that episode, which is crazy as hell because it's a great episode. But I'm gonna digress. How did you get into the wrestling business? I mean, no, excuse me. How did you become a wrestling fan first?
Um, so the OG story there is as a teenager, I wanted to annoy my sister. So I would put on wrestling and watch it. And she'd be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna turn this." And I said, "No, you're not." And she would say, "Yes, I am." And I'd be like, "No, you're not." And she would say, "Yes, I am." I said, "I'm watching that." And she goes, "What are you watching?" I said, "These some good looking dudes and they kind of fine." And she's like, "You don't even know what's happening." I said, "It's dude soap opera. Leave me alone and let me watch my show." That's the old school. But it was mostly just to annoy her. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Because I'm the little sister. I can do that. At 43, I would still do that. Because why wouldn't you? You know? Are you a sibling?
Yeah, oh, I'm the baby.
See, you would do it too, wouldn't you?
Yeah. And see, I loved it because my dad was that dad. Whatever the baby wants, he gets. So
Y-
you did it or else.
Like they thought it was like that, but no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Because I still got in trouble a whole lot. Probably more than the others, but that's fine. I probably deserved it. It was kind of like, that's a rule, but is it a rule for me? I don't know.
The- I, I I was smart enough to sit back and watch him get in trouble. I'm like,
I
nah,
was not.
nah.
No. I was the one being like, that's the line. I'm going to put my toe on it. Let me see if I can put my toe across it.
I was
And now my daughter does that.
I bagged up. I knew what the line where the line was. I grabbed them and throw them over
Mm.
the line so they could get in trouble.
Your fault.
Yep, no, not
Yeah.
daddy. They doing that, daddy,
I
not
should
me.
have
I'm the
done
good
that.
child.
I should have done that. It would have saved me a lot of grief.
And it's fun too. You oh
Yeah.
man, you can
Mm-hmm.
get away with so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I may or may not have been like, don't hit me from a different room.
Right.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
Hey, it happens.
But yeah, that's the origin. That's the origin on what made me watch wrestling.
So,
So
so tell us what made you get back into wrestling.
so I can guarantee you my story on that is it's an original. Um Basically at 41ish, 41, 42, I don't remember. It's all coming to, it's too crowded now in my brain. Um I decided I was getting too comfortable on my couch and I needed a goal. So I decided, you know what? I don't think I need to be a wrestler. I feel like I might be too old for that. Maybe I'm not. We'll see. Um, so we were training folks, and I said, you know what? Let me go use that ring we paid for. And my son Ajax uh, started training me under the umbrella of my brother, my friend, the late great Sir Mo. Under his direction, he trained my son and Ref Joey Lynn out of Mississippi. But 99% of my training came from AJ, also known as Ajax. And I will tell everybody again, you will never, ever, ever get me to talk about wrestling and not talk about my child. It's not going to happen. So get over it. Like, if you're offended that I'm talking about my child, don't talk to me. Like, just don't. Because I will tell you all about my babies. I'm proud of them.
As you should be.
But yeah, Sir Mo said I could do it in shorts, so I did. And then I added fishnets. Because why wouldn't you? It's wrestling. I
I,
know it ain't
I,
right, but it ain't wrong.
no, again, so I just got through having another podcast, and they were telling me how they have a wrestler who's got a gimmick that is based on oatmeal cream pies.
Oh my.
The fans throw in oatmeal cream pies in the ring like they would do the streamers in Ring of Honor.
Right?
And
Okay, that's kind of a cheat code though, because oop, sorry, the dog decided he wanted to give us a little oop. But that's cheat code. That's
that was
snacks for the
brilliant.
road.
It's brilliant. So we were talking
Huh.
about that, and I'm laughing my ass laughing. Then told me the referee would pick up some of the oatmeal pies and stick it in his pocket. And while the match going on, he'll pull it out, start eating.
Oh my
I
gosh.
was like, I just
If
fell
I
out
had
laughing.
pockets,
See,
there ain't no room for pockets on my ref situation. Like I'm not even gonna lie. There's no room for pockets. If I had pockets, I'd have to have a fanny pack to connect them to because there is no room for pockets. But let's be honest, a female with hands that are empty is dangerous. That's why they don't give us pockets. Y- Am I wrong? I
you
don't feel like I'm wrong.
no,
But
you ain't lying,
but someone told me I did need to make a shirt that says zebra cakes, and I said, tempting. I
right?
just might.
Oh, I was
I
like, and that with him and that, I was like, I said I could guarantee you that y'all didn't tell him to do that. They was like, no.
mean,
And I say, see, that's just perfect. I was like, people just don't realize how much the referee plays into the
right.
matches.
It's
So
an enhancement.
exactly,
Otherwise, it's MMA, and even MMA has a referee,
yeah,
you know? Like, why would you follow the rules if nobody was there to tell you to follow the rules?
exactly.
So, you know,
They, so it was amazing thing.
I
And
love
like
it.
I said, referees enhance the matches. Again, like I tell anybody, wrestling is truly the ultimate team sport because
Hmm.
just because you have two wrestlers does not mean anything. You got to have that referee. You got to have
Right.
a commentary team. If they have
Right.
managers or valets, you
Hmm.
if your cameraman's not in the right place, it's a whole team that
It
people do not give enough credit for.
it's almost like ballet, but more dangerous
Yeah.
because you know, people will get hurt.
Oh
And
yeah.
if you can't take a punch, please do not. Like, please do not. Referees included. If you cannot take a punch in the face because it may happen accidentally, please do not. Just test it out every now and then. Just be like, hey, hit me real quick. Let's see if I can take it. I'm kidding. Please do not do that. This is for entertainment purposes. That was not. Yeah, don't sue me, please. Don't sue me. Wrestling took all my money.
Sue you or punch you.
I mean,
Either
if you
one.
punch me, I will retaliate. Just know. Like I'm from that other side of the tracks. Just
Dang.
saying. Just saying. Like you remember the song Nuck If You Buck?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's the side of the tracks I'm from. We were singing that. Mhm.
So with you being being a fan again and getting into it, how did you how did y'all well, how did you get into the business itself?
Oh, that's all AJ. That's absolutely 1,000% my son. At the age of 4, he told us he wanted to be a WWE superstar championship wrestler. And I don't know if you met 4-year-olds, but that's a lot of words for a 4-year-old. It didn't change. At 12, Jesus Rodriguez or Ricardo Rodriguez, um, he was holding a seminar. Sir Mo was the promoter hosting him to hold the seminar. Reached out on Twitter. He said, get in touch with Sir Mo. We went down there. AJ did the seminar. He got to do some roles in a tryout. Sir Mo created a training schedule, not a plan, a schedule for him because we live in Arkansas. That was in Dallas. So this was all about 2018 is when it started. 2019, he started training. And 2020, we were ramping up, and then 2020 shut us down. And 2021, we said, you know what, we're going to do better. And for the last year, year and a half, AJ, AKA AJ the Future, now known as Ajax, the cleanest to ever do it, is down there with Booker T. I don't know. You tell me. I think Sir Mo did something right on that. He saw something in that child that we were just trying to figure out and keep the hope alive, you know?
All
But
right.
no, he said, mm-mm, that's the dude. And now, sadly, he's the last one fully trained and finished by Sir Mo. He is the legacy of Sir Mo. And I've asked him, I said, how do you feel about that? And he goes, it's what I'm supposed to be. He's like, it's what I got to do. So I'm going to do it. I don't
That
even think I can take credit for raising him. He's better than me. Like, I don't know how he became so good.
that is a
But
great
yeah,
that's a great way of him looking at things, and for a young man to have that type of
yeah. He
thought
ain't even
process,
20 yet.
uh, that shows, that definitely shows that y'all raised him right, and he has a good head on his shoulders.
Well, he knows he's got to because wrestling don't care like that. Wrestling wants you to mess up so they can tell you how bad you messed up and let you never forget it.
Yeah, they
You can't make mistakes if you're in the spotlight. Not if somebody's gonna tell you about it.
oh yeah, or troll you about it.
Oh my word. And they will because they want you to take the heat when they probably been doing worse.
Exactly.
So,
Uh,
so yeah.
so so y'all are in the business, you're promoting.
Hmm.
Tell me what a day is like for you doing being a promoter.
So for my family specifically, it has changed just a little bit. In the last 6 months, 8 months, we started pivoting a little bit because AJ, my son, uh, is getting out there more. And we had been pouring a ridiculous amount of time, talent, effort, everything into whole promotions and growing other people and facilitating opportunities for them in and out of the country, through all of the relationships that Sir Mo helped to facilitate for us. Now, because my husband travels quite a bit to teach, and I travel quite a bit to make sure that AJ gets to and from safely, and for both of us, um, we do more of the social media type stuff. Whereas previously, it literally would be taking flyers, going out, trying to find sponsors. And by the way, if you are a sponsor, God bless you because you are a unicorn. Most people do not want to sponsor something, especially if they're not quite sure what it will do for them. And none of us are really able to tell you what it can do for you if you don't participate within the sponsorship. Show up to the shows. Um, so now we are focusing also on the OIW. See it up there in that it's Organized International Wrestling Association. It's not only a conglomerate of different promotions, it's also a method of talent sharing. Now, most of the promotions are not going to pay your travel. Do not expect that. That is not what it is. It is facilitating opportunities for individuals or groups of individuals to be able to go to Germany, England, Australia, working on Japan. We've got some stuff coming together there. And then all across the United States, we've got Washington. We don't have anyone in the association in Florida, but we know quite a few people in Florida. We know folks in Pennsylvania. We know folks in New York. We have folks from New York in the association. Texas. It's a lot of people. So we function a little bit differently because we're facilitating more relationships globally versus as highly focused on an individual promotion anymore. And we pivoted with that through the vision of Sir Mo and my husband being his right hand guy. So I guess that means Jason is now the head of the OIWA by default, unfortunately. But yeah, we're a little different just about in everything we do, I guess.
Well,
Did that answer it? I don't know.
yeah,
Did it?
yeah, they answered it. Um, well, and for me, yeah, I look at y'all like the NWA, what was the Alliance? Oh God, there he's gonna kill me. I can't remember the name, but there's a couple of companies that have joint promotion
Mm-hmm.
where they share talent and different
Mm-hmm.
things. That's how I look at y'all, and I think
Similar, yeah.
great. That's a great thing to do because you know you're going to get quality talent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're a part of the agglomeration, and you know they're not going to screw you over. Y'all can have
Right.
joint cards, and again, you can promote your brand and still be a part of
Mm-hmm.
the whole group, and you can go over, do a joint show, and promote there
Mm-hmm.
and bring people that may be interested over to see and learn.
Right.
I think that's a great avenue to do. And I think that if more companies looked at it that way, wrestling would be so much better and it would help so many different talents
Mm-hmm.
because you learn a different style. You learn to be, as I like to call it, a utility player.
Mm-hmm.
No matter
And
where you go, hey, I can do
right.
this. Well, you're a heel. I can be a face easily. I can,
I
oh,
had somebody ask me if I was a heel or a face referee, and I said, I'm a referee. Like, what? Are you a heel or a face referee?
yeah. And,
I mean, I know they exist, but that it felt weird. They
well,
just be the referee.
and see, with you too, you're a referee with your own vision. You do
It's
things
got a little
your way,
pizzazz. Yeah.
and that's why some people don't get it. And it's
Right.
like like you said, I'm a ref. What the fuck you want?
Right. Okay, I'm wearing shorts and knee pads. Well, I got old knees. What you want? Like I understand. Okay. I also understand people tell me I don't look as old as I am. Great. Thank you very much. I don't know what to tell you. I barely even use lotion and I should. But thank God because he knew I was lazy when it comes to this stuff. Uh, But people are like, "Oh, that's your kid." And I'm like, "Yes, that's my kid, and he trained me." And then they're like, "But you ain't old enough for that." I'm like, "Yes, I am. Like, I am old enough, and I was there." Like, but I don't go into unless the booking calls for it. I do not go into any match as a heel or a face because I am the neutral party.
Right.
That's why I got on black and white stripes. I'm the yin and the yang. I'm the balance. And then you don't even notice me if the wrestling's real entertaining. I'm just saying.
And that's a great point. If they're doing their job, you should be invisible.
Hmm. And honestly, that is an amazing compliment that I have received quite a bit from some pretty nice uh in the southern states, some pretty popular guys, Barrett Brown being one of them. He's like, "I always forget you're in the ring." And I'm like, "Thank God," you know? And I know it seems really weird to be like, "Oh, thank goodness I was forgotten." But I mean, I've heard the same from Chandler Hopkins, you
Well,
know?
and again, Noah, it's a great compliment, and
Mhm.
it should be because you people need to understand. Even if a ref plays a part in the match,
Mhm.
he or she should be the last thing you're focused on.
Right. Right.
You're there to see the story of the wrestlers, not the
And,
ref. Even
right. And
if they play a part in something, a bump or whatever,
yes.
that should not be. You should. Oh, he took a bump. The ref got knocked down.
Right.
That's about all you should say, unless
Right.
they're doing a slow count or fast
Yeah.
count.
Yeah. And everybody's going to tell you you were fast or slow depending on who you're counting against and who's their favorite. I
Right.
mean, the only difference is when I walk out, there's a slight little shock factor of, "Oh my," and then they're over it, you know. But it's okay. We can set the tone of the match and get it going and elevate, you know. Why wouldn't you? It's
And
wrestling.
the thing that and I I catch a lot of slack for saying this. I was super happy when well, I wasn't happy that WWE is in Saudi, but when they
Mhm.
and the women have to cover up, I'm like, great, that's perfect because
Yeah.
stop looking trying to see their ass and see their ability.
Mhm.
That's the point that
Right.
a lot of people forget and don't focus on. And again, I totally get it. I, yes, I love women too, but I don't see them as women. I see them as athletes,
Correct.
and that's where and the disrespect for women doing things is. I'm sick of it. Just
Mhm.
look at the wrestling, what we
Right.
came to see.
Mhm.
So,
But you know, some okay, let's be real. Some of that is a little bit of jealousy.
oh, there's a lot of jealousy.
Cause I mean, I would not mind being in better shape, but I also like to eat. So
That
and I
yeah,
can cook, so that is dangerous.
that
I know
damn
what seasonings
appetite.
are, and it tastes good.
And look, you have to taste it before you serve it because
Right?
you got to
And
know
then
it's
you know
good.
you made it with love because you were like, "Ooh, I like this."
Exactly.
Oh. And then you ate all the bacon before you served the plate. I mean, I know I'm not the only one that's nibbling bacon while you're making breakfast. I can't be the only one. But it's
No,
so good. It's so
well,
good.
I can say this. I can't say I do it because I don't cook. Thank God for
Mm,
my wife. She that look, yeah, I could take and I'm the type of husband. She cooked, baby. I got them dishes. I'm okay with that.
okay.
I'm okay with
It's
that.
balance. It's balance.
Yes,
It's
Lord,
good.
because I know if you ain't cooking, I ain't eating. So hey, I got to make
I
sure
mean,
the dish is ready
yeah.
for her.
Yeah, we make sure we don't book different shows and stuff around Thanksgiving because we know we're gonna like gain at least like 8 to 10, easy because that's when all the ingredients come out and it's so good. It's so good. Oh man, we really do go all over the place, don't we?
Yes, we do, but it is fun. And what I love too, while we go all over the place, we always get wrestling in there, and then we
Hmm.
come up with some deep subjects too.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Um, the thing, something. Well, and this should have been really one of my first questions to you. As a woman doing booking with your husband, do you get the treatment of, well, where's your husband?
Um, so not necessarily. And generally he would handle all the bookings for the promotions that we were promoting.
Right,
Um, and what he would do is just add me into a chat if he was sending a female a message. And it was, "Hey, my wife's in here just in case there's any, concern." And I would just say, "Hey," and that's it because there's no concern, let's be honest. Well,
right.
for us. For other folks, there may be concern. Always heed your intuition. Point blank, period, ladies. Um, I have had the situation where folks didn't know who I was and they wanted to act some kind of way. And what they didn't know is I got some say, and they may not get booked again due to the way they presented themselves behind the scenes. So they may have gotten their one or two bookings, but then it was like, you know what? That's not how you act. That's not a good representation of us. That's not good representation of whomever. And sometimes it's just like, look, you PSA, this is free education. The locker room is not the place to find your next date. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you thought you was going to do that, don't do that. If you've done that, apologize for that because it's not okay. Um, if you feel like you need to send a message on the side after the show, hey, blah blah, let it be. Don't keep going. If they don't respond, they don't respond. Male, female, otherwise. If they don't respond, they don't respond. Let it go. Keep it healthy behind the scenes because we all have to work together.
Be a
And
professional.
nobody wants to have sandpaper in their undergarments because that's about what it is when you have heat, because it's heat, And for those who don't know what heat is, that's a little kerfuffle, a little tussle type of a mental situation, things that are uncomfortable. We don't want that. We want to be able to come together and work together to put on the best product so that other folks can escape their reality. We we're basically doing like, it's not really Disney on Ice, but it's our version.
Right.
And people deserve to come into that with a good mindset. And if you're worried about how Jimmy Joe was acting and Sally Mae, don't do that. Keep it
Be,
healthy. So
be a
I have had some
professional.
moments where folks wanted to be like, "Hey, can you send me some pictures?" And I'm like, "No, they're on my Facebook. They're free." you know So that's more so on me personally receiving booking requests now. So there are some folks who think that I am hurting for bookings, and I'm not. If there's a booking coming up, fine, great. Let's make your show better. Let's make it fantastic, if you will. Um, but I don't need it, and I definitely don't need to um, perform any favors to receive said booking ever.
Just be what we call what the sport is called. Be fucking professional. Just
Absolutely.
just that. And again, and it's so sad that in this day and time that people still do some of the dumbest
Hmm.
things and make other people uncomfortable for
Right.
for silliness. And
And
it,
shout out to the promoters and the locker room leaders who helped to squash that,
definitely.
because I cannot tell you, on on a on a trip to England, um, with my homegirl Casey Lennox. Some folks they wanted to be a little sideways here and there, and we had each other's back. And then on that same trip, we were able to feed into some young ladies, and that was amazing. So even on those trips, you're gonna have the but then the hey, and you focus on the good ones. But book Casey Lennox. She's the current OIWA Women's Champion. She's amazing and phenomenal, and I love working with her. So book me too. Book me to work with Casey because we need another girls trip.
um,
Nothing like a little self promotion.
with that being said, and I know, do you work with other companies outside of the OIWA?
Here and there, it is not always. I would love to work with more folks, but depending on when it's scheduled, because we all know a lot of folks run first weekend, second weekend, and then everybody else is on the third weekend. Rarely is there a fourth weekend. Um, but a lot of my time is spent with the first weekends being booked. May have a little flexibility here and there with that. Second weekend, AJ is down at Reality of Wrestling, so I'm making sure he gets there safely. So again, um, my top priority is my family and their goals, and helping them reach their goals, and doing my best to make sure they and spiritually. So, but yeah, if you want to book me, reach out. We'll see what we can work out. I got a passport too. Everybody should have a passport and use it. Don't just pay for it and never get a stamp. Go get that stamp. I did.
So, what is it like to go to Booker T's promotion?
Oh, it's good. I mean, what you want to know? I mean, I'll tell you what I can and what I do know. It's a healthy environment, and they're not going to settle for any riffraff over there at Row. They're not going to do it. They
Um,
want high quality for sure.
I was gonna say, as much as being a fan of Booker T's, and even where he's gone over to being a commentator and stuff, I still love the man. He does so.
Hmm.
Um, I think that a lot of people have a misunderstanding of him and his real love for the sport and everything he does. I think he's really underrated for
Mm,
helping the young talent live out their dreams, give
hmm.
them a chance to grow and stuff. I mean, hell, his promotion has had the recent who of wrestling
Hmm.
in it. I mean, you can
Yeah.
you can start with the Usos, Tamina Snook,
I mean,
Roxanne
Natty Neidhart
Perez.
was there not long ago too.
See, and I think what I think is one of the issues with people in Booker T. Booker is an honest person. He really is,
Hmm.
and
He
he
is.
and he will tell people his opinion when they ask for it. And I think more people are not used to someone being honest with them.
I think a lot of folks, when they ask you, "What'd you think of my match?" they want you to say, "Oh, it was amazing. There's nothing else you could do to make it better." And if it were Mo, um, cover earmuffs for the children, he'd be like, "That was a drizzling shits." And he'd be like, "That's hot garbage. I don't. Why would you do that?" And those are all Sermo quotes. Now I don't know exactly because I'm not in the back at Reality of Wrestling, but I would assume, being that Booker T came in right after Sermo left, it's probably similar. So a lot of folks are asking for you to stroke their ego. They're not asking for truth. They're asking for validation. And if you are in this business asking for validation, pick a new business because they don't care. So what you got to do is you got to go, "You got anything for me?" and then apply it. Apply it. Whatever it is. You know what? You got to give them time to register. You got a residual sell. If you don't know what these things are, figure it out, because this time I'm not telling you, because you need to know for yourself. If you want to be a good quality worker, learn what residual selling is. Learn not to Superman after you just got the beat out of you. Like you get me amped up, like Sir Mo is over here telling me, like, get him. He'd be like, get him, hood mom. And I'll be like, stop telling people I'm from the hood. They don't know. And he'd be like, they know, regardless. But
I
you gotta take that information and go, how do I make it better? And if
right.
you're not gonna get better, move to the side because somebody else will.
And I think a lot of times too that a lot and again, I get it when you're younger because you think, oh, there's nothing you can tell me. I
Hmm.
know. But man, do research. Go back and look at old matches of certain of wrestlers. Learn to see things that you don't notice. Some of the best conversations I've seen in a wrestling match, you couldn't tell the wrestlers were talking.
Hmm.
And it's the little nuances too that will make you or break you.
I can tell you of multiple matches AJ has had with DJ Brown where they were talking about, hey, you had those new Doritos, or what you getting afterward? I'm gonna go get that burrito. I think I'm gonna get those carne asada fries. They just having fun too, but
Yep.
you wouldn't know it because they were good. And you, before you get to the point of talking about the nachos and the Doritos, make sure your feet are not tap dancing while you trying to take a headlock. If I offended you, do better. I'm sorry that your feelings are hurt, but I'm not sorry. I just told you the truth. If your feet are tapping more than the penguins and happy feet, fix it. Fix that. Cause I cannot. Referees included. Stop. You're not hot stepping. Be still. Stay to the side a little bit. If they move, you move a little bit. You don't do the cartoon. Don't do that. Like, please. And again, I'm gonna make people mad on that. That's okay. At least you heard the truth at least once.
Very much so. That- If I'm coming to you to ask you some advice as far as I'm about to start my promotion. I think I have everything in place, and I'm asking you, what would you advise me on? What would that thing be?
I mean, first I would have to say, what do you have? Because do you have a steady venue? Do you have a one-time booking venue? Do you have a ring? Because a lot of promotions don't actually have a ring, they got to rent one. If you don't have a ring, you're not for sure you're ever going to have a show, because what if your ring don't show up? Um, who's working? Are you wanting to fill the seats and put on an inexpensive show because you want to do that? Or are you looking for a quality show? I can't necessarily give you a, you need to make sure you do this, until I know what version of a promotion you're trying to put on. How much are you paying your workers? If you got $20 workers, and if you're just starting out and you made 20 bucks, congratulations, you made 20 bucks. I'm not saying that you should always and forever make 20 bucks, but eventually your value should increase because you should never stop training as a worker. And again, this has nothing to do with the promoters per se, but promoters, if you are not willing to ever pay anyone higher than $50, stop running. Stop running. Because at any moment, any of these people in your ring could never walk again. And you think they're worth 50 bucks. So highly reevaluate your budget. That's going to be step one. Reevaluate your budget. Whatever you thought it was going to cost, triple it because you're going to make mistakes, especially through that first year. Triple that budget. And that's going to be step one. Triple your budget. And I can't tell anybody how to run their promotion. There's some folks out there with $5 tickets packing it out, and then there's people out there with $50 tickets packing it out. And then there's people with $20 tickets, and they got 12 people out there. I don't know. There's no magic sauce for it. People
Right.
like what they like, and it don't make any sense to anybody.
Very
But
much.
triple that budget.
The thing that I like from you, if I ask you a question, you're just going to be totally honest. It's not going to be a bullshit thing.
Mm-mm.
You're just going to, well, you asked me. I'm
Well,
telling
people
you.
deserve to know something real. I'm not here to give you cupcakes. I'm probably going to tell you you should put that cupcake back. I should, but I like cake. So it's all about decisions, right?
Right.
So, I mean, I tell people keep your standards higher than my heels, and my heels are typically anywhere between 3.5 to 5.5 inches. So if you can't walk in my shoes, don't come to me about something. Because I am stable in my stilettos, but I'm also pretty good in that ring. So, like, I will meet you where you're at, but don't ask me a question if you already know what you want to hear. Don't ask me that question because I'm a whole different person.
Very much so. And again, that goes back to who you are as a person, and you're a good person, and you believe, well, why do I want to lie to you? That's just too much energy.
Right. And then I got to remember what I told you. No. No. ADD is not friendly like that. I will forget what I told you in 3 seconds. So it better be the truth. It's like a goldfish over here. I done forgot. What's that? I don't know. What's that? I don't know. What's that? It's like, I mean, it is what it is, but lying ain't helping anybody.
No,
Mm-mm.
because eventually that truth will come back.
Right? And no. I mean, I told you. Also, sometimes my opinions change, so it may not have been a lie. I may have like learned some other information. So, just like I tell my children, if you're the same person today that you were 5 years ago, you're probably dead. Because if you're not growing and learning, what are you doing?
Man, you need that on the shirt.
You're allowed to change your opinion. Did you know that?
I've learned that the hard way.
And personal goals, did you know you can change those too?
Yeah, because I had no personal goal of being in wrestling at
Mm,
52 years old. Never
look
had
at you
it.
though.
But hey, y-
And you doing it.
and that's the thing. Just because you don't get it when you want it, don't mean it's not coming. Be
So,
thankful when God
yes.
blesses you.
Yes. A
That's it.
youth pastor once told me, and this has been a little while. So if somebody don't know what a crock pot is, it's something that you put over here and you turn it on and you walk away from it, and it cooks it for a slow temperature for a long time, and everything comes out all tastes like somebody cared a lot, but really they forgot about it and it's still okay. But he said so many people want crock pot results in a microwave time.
Mm,
You cannot get that falling apart roast beef in 3.5 minutes. You can't. It's gonna be tough like a shoe. You might as well go eat your loafer because it's gonna be nasty. But you give it 6, 8, 12, 24 hours, and it's just gonna give it time.
man, you are putting out some gems that are shirt sellers. I'm telling you.
By the way, I make merch. I do. I do. So if you got a design and you need some shirts, you let me know. Quick turnaround time. Because
Yeah.
before they called me Mama Hood, they called me Mama Merch.
My daughter called me the bootleg king. So
Hey, get it. Get it.
hey, it's about getting it, make sure I like it, and
Mm-hmm.
can survive with it. So
I mean, actually, whenever we finish closing up, because we like that Southern goodbye, we gonna keep on talking.
of course,
I'm going out to the shed to make about 35 shirts. So, but that's fine. We just press into the night, and it's great. They'll all be ready before that show on Friday that some of these folks going to, and they're like, "I need merch," and I said, "I got you."
I'm glad you said that. So what's the next show?
Oh, that's why I got my list of stuff over here. So before I say the next show, I want to shout out some of our core promotions within the OIWA. And I'm going to read from a list because I done told you about 8 times. All the people, I got ADD and I forget. Um, so our affiliated promotions, the very first one would have been SOAR Wrestling Worldwide. They are based in Dallas, Texas. Their next show is SOAR Mania on the 7th, I believe. That is next Saturday. Yes, next Saturday at the Sports Garden DFW. It is a huge show. There's so many titles on the line, including OIWA and SOAR titles. Um, in Central Arkansas, there is Lit Wrestling and also Chaotic Kingdom Wrestling. I don't have any scheduled shows for them. That would be what my husband and I typically promote. I think we may have a show coming up in May. I don't have a definite date for that yet. Um, Round Table Pro Wrestling is in Washington State. Their next show is Sunday, March 15th in Vancouver, Washington. And I'm telling you, these are all over the place. Contract Pro Wrestling and Contract Pro Wrestling Academy is in the Newcastle, England. That's in the UK area.
So before you go any
Yeah,
further, if
we
you
got a lot.
can let her know, I've been trying to reach out so we could do an interview.
Which her?
Um, oh, geez, what's her name?
At SOAR
No, she
or
at
Contract Pro?
contact. I think contact.
Contract? So Lindsay just moved. Like literally to get her information, I had to almost hustle her. I was like, "Hey, you got an
So
hour."
I'm just saying when you talk to her, tell
Yeah,
her that
I got you.
it's I think hell, I've been chasing it for a year now. I'm not
Oh
giving up.
man. So it's funny, little side story here. When Casey and I were out there, they had one of their students come and pick us up to take us to the show. And sweet girl, she was so worried about us being late. She's like, "No, call time is in like 20 minutes." And I said, "It's fine, honey. When somebody travels 4,000 miles for your show, they're allowed 30 minutes to get some snacks." And she's like, "Oh, I don't know." And I said, "Call Lindsay, send her a text, tell her Jessica said." And then we get there, and I was like, "You guys might not know this, but I'm kind of like the Lindsay of America." And she goes, "Oh." And then Lindsay goes, "Yeah, she is." But of course, with her beautiful English accent, that while I can pretend I do, it probably would be offensive. So I'm not going to do that right now. I'll save that for off the internet. But yes, I will let Lindsay know. Um, the next one on my list is Southern Territory Wrestling in Perth, Australia. That is the opposite side from Sydney. So it's a 5-hour flight from Sydney. Just letting you know. But we got that contact and that connect.
That's
Um,
funny. You've named two companies that
really?
I've done or supposed to have done interviews with.
What? I told you I'm in there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look.
I
Wrestling is
didn't realize
small.
they were affiliates.
I mean, you should have asked.
Hey, right?
So yeah, so you want to connect with Contract Pro and which one? Fight Back or did I get to Fight Back or
No,
Southern
you didn't.
Territory?
No, Southern Territory. I got
Okay.
their contact, and we
Okay.
we're gonna do something.
Nice. So my next one is Fight Back Wrestling. They're in Frankfurt, Germany. And then also in Lubeck, Germany is Suplex Schmied Wrestling School. Hang on. I got to consult a message here. Make sure I say this correctly because I do not like to mispronounce stuff.
No.
So Yusha Pro Wrestling is in New York, along with Pile Driver Pile Driver University in Buffalo, New York. And then because wait, there's more. I have a couple affiliated. Maybe they're the friends that do the training in Arkansas because I no longer facilitate training here. So there's Action Packed Sports in Conway. Their next show is in Sherwood, March 14th. That's Sherwood, Arkansas. And then Mutiny Pro Wrestling in Springdale. They also do training. I think they have a show like this Saturday. Ah, my Lord. Oh, and did I tell you that we're going to be at WrestleCon?
No.
The OIWA is going to be at WrestleCon.
All
And
right.
also, there's an OIWA show that I will be at. Thursday, April 16th, 2 p.m. at FSW Arena. That's Future Stars of Wrestling Arena. It's, look, I'm a name drop real quick. Dante Smiley, EC3, Ryzen, Ajax, Mr. Wobble, Cheeseburger, Richard Holiday, Daniel Alexandro, Ryan Davidson, Mawabi Papa Saint, Vegas's Mariachi Montana. Look, that's all I can tell you about. I'm tired. Are you tired? I told it all though. I told him I would, and I did. I said I'm gonna make some notes.
You've been on point with that.
I look before we got on here. I said, "Hang on, I got to finish my notes."
Yes, you did.
Because I will forget people and feel bad about it, but I
Hey,
mean,
but I tell people all the time, I'm like, look, I'm old. You getting what you're getting.
look, I tell people, because I'm kind of mean sometimes. I'm like, be more memorable.
Wait a minute, you mean? Come on now.
Don't tell people. I'm not always nice. But I
But
get
hey,
tired of being nice. That's exhausting.
I was
So
gonna
I'm
say
real.
sometimes people won't let you be nice.
Right. Like if you keep being stupid, I can out stupid you.
Yes.
I was born in the 80s and grew up through the 90s. Don't try. Chances are your skin is a lot thinner than mine. Because I will make fun of me more than you can and
Oh,
laugh real hard.
that
It's
that's
good.
such an amazing thing. It's like, so that's the best you got. Really?
Right. Like, hang on, let me teach you real quick how to make this
Right.
funnier. Like, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I made my daughter upset the other day. She called into work and it put her too many points over. And so we called her Craig because she got fired on a day off. And she went, "Why are you calling me Craig?" I said, "Because you got fired on your day off, man." I was like, "There's a whole movie about that." And she's like, "That's not nice." And I said, "Nope, it ain't." But if you ever hear me call my daughter Craig, that's why.
Well, I call my son Fred. His name is Brian.
I mean, close enough.
No, he's like, "Why you call me Fred?" I said, "Because you act like Fred Flintstone, Fred."
Oh my god. Oh,
Then
that.
he did something else. Okay, and I said, "Well, damn, you left Fred Flintstone with the Fred Sanford. You keeping
Oh
up with
my
these
god.
Fred?" He just rolls his eyes and walk off.
Oh no, that's crazy. But I
But
love it.
he embraces it. He
I
sure.
need to meet Fred. And he'll be like, "Man, my dad done told you." Yeah, Fred.
And that's the thing too. I can't leave out my daughter. My
Mm-hmm.
daughter is the reason why people call me Bear.
Okay.
That's her nickname for me. And one day, when I first started doing podcasting, I had went on and she told me something, and the guys heard her call me Bear. And the guy, the owner, he was like, "Hey, do you mind if we call you Burr? I said,
Mhm.
I was like, let me go check with the boss. She gave me
Right.
that name. If she says no, it's it's a no.
Right.
So she's like, yeah, okay, cool, cool.
Yeah.
And we did the episode. He put Burr up, and then he said, no, you're Professor Burr. You know too much about this damn wrestling business.
Look, you know more than I do. Look, when I pick people up, because I do that sometimes because
Right,
everybody needs a ride here and there. If I'm picking them up and it's the first time we met, I go ahead and tell them, hey, if you're about to talk to me about wrestling, chances are I don't know what you're talking about. And they go, what? And I'm like, yeah, I love my family. My family loves wrestling. So therefore, I love wrestling. I was like, but my ADD could take it or leave it. Like, I will find something to do, like,
right,
but I can listen to a match and go, something didn't sound right. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, roll it back. And they roll it back. And I'm like, see? And they were like, how'd you know? And I was like, I heard it. So there comes a point, like, ADD is a superpower and like your Achilles heel because you consume things so rapidly that even the small nuances, you're like, something's not right.
right.
But yeah, like, I mean, I pick up people all the time. I'm like, if you want to talk about anything, we can. I said, but chances are, I don't know what you're talking about if we're talking about wrestling. Now,
And
the
and,
business,
and
I got you on the business. The
and,
business,
and
we
see
can
that,
go.
and that's where you are you,
Hmm.
because a bunch of people, it would be super like, wait a minute, you own
I'm
a
so deep in
promotion,
wrestling, and I'm like, I don't even know.
right?
I don't know.
I
But you want to talk about merch options and best places to go to get it and pricing and marketing and all these different components of it. Yeah, man, I got you. I can even tell you if your storyline sounds real dumb. I'm gonna tell you a story. Once upon a time, Mo wanted to do I want to say a 6-man tag in a cage. And he got a 16-foot ring and the cage fits up on the apron. I said, Mo, how's that gonna work? Oh, they just gonna tag in. I said, they all gonna come out the door every time they want to tag somebody? He goes, what you mean? I said, Mo, that cage fits up on the apron. Where are they gonna stand? He goes, damn, that'd be dumb. And I said, uh-huh. He's like, that ain't gonna work. And I said, nah. And he's like, guess I'll figure something else out. But like, it's those little things. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and I'm like, no, you not. But let's let you come up with that idea of not. But yeah, he wanted to do a 6-man tag in the cage, but there just was not enough room for that. These were big boys too. We're talking like those 400-pound boys. Mm-mm,
uh,
mm-mm. No, it did not work.
I met Mark Jindrak this weekend
Oh yeah,
and was talking to him, and real friendly guy. We were just cutting up and stuff. And he asked me the bird thing. Why did you call bird? So I go through the story, and we talked for a few more minutes. Then I'm leaving. He said, "All right, we'll talk later, bird." Then he said, "Ooh, I better not say that your daughter will come get me." And I said, "Nah, she's cool with it now. When anybody said it, I said, but
yeah,
right, my daughter is crazy. If she thought her bird's in trouble, you would see her come running in here
yeah,
and jump on you."
yeah. That's my daughter. She said she needed an Ajax security shirt because she said all these little girls ain't good enough for him and they need to back off and not even talk to him because he got goals and things he's got to handle and none of those things on that list is these girls. And I was like, okay, calm down. I literally have seen this little girl pop off her press-ons because she really was about to go run up on somebody. And while I would have been that person at that age, I had to intervene because nobody needs to catch a charge.
Right.
But To her defense, homeboy was acting a little sideways and thought he was going to do something, and he got told by mama, no, you're not. And thankfully he listened, because it really would have been bad. And not just because of my daughter. Like, there was a whole group of folks that was ready to squash it. It was crazy. I'll tell you
That
about that story one time, like, off of it.
that's where family loves come in. You know you got protection and people who really got your back and gonna make sure you good.
Hmm.
Well,
I'm grateful for those folks. And
oh man,
because of Mo, we've come across a lot more than we thought existed. So that's real nice.
that's why I love to call wrestling family reunion when
Absolutely.
you get to meet so many great people that you would never have came across if it wasn't for wrestling.
And then you get to come across people that you barely get to see because you happen to get booked on the same show. And it's like, family reunion again.
Exactly.
Meeting the cousins you didn't know that you had, and then re-meeting the ones that you ain't seen in a year or two, and
Yes.
love it. Love it. I'm here for it.
Always. I want to thank you so much for doing my show again. Uh,
Absolutely. It's a pleasure.
it's always an honor to have you on because you are such a bright light in professional wrestling. You make the indie scenes
A little more
enjoyable.
fantastic.
Yes, yes. And you keep it where we know after we're gone, wrestling is going to be in great hands. They're going to do great things. And again, for a person that has gotten into wrestling to the business of wrestling late in my life, which I never thought I would, man, it's a blessing to run across so many great people, being able to do things, uh, just network. It's so funny how, again, like I said, some of the people that I just met that you know that you're partner with, and it's like, oh hell,
It's
I just
crazy,
talked
ain't
to
it?
them.
Right?
So
It's like, oh yeah, that's my friend.
like what?
Yep. I love it though.
Yes, I
I
do
love it
too.
so much.
And again, I'm a big believer in giving people flowers, and I give flowers especially when you're alive to enjoy them because unfortunately a lot of people wait until people are gone to tell their true feelings,
Hmm.
and I'm not about that. I've lost too many people, and I've refused to go through that again. So that means telling people how I feel. I love everything you're doing. I love everything your family is doing, and again, you know you have an open invitation here. So
I appreciate it. It's always good to talk to with you too. And um anytime I can sing the praises of Sermo and what he has done to ultimately change the course of my children's lives and my life, because I'm telling you, we had a different version of a relationship. Everybody else, and I'm not saying he never was like, I love you, you okay, because he did that too. But we had a different version of a relationship, and it was kind of ghetto, and it was perfect for us. So everybody else, they, I don't know. Anytime I can continue to tell the stories about Sermo, we absolutely will, because Sermo lives through us, and we're going to continue telling his story and
amen.
let the legacy continue.
Oh yeah. Don't. My whole thing is, man, there's too much history out there. We
Hmm.
if we don't talk about it and enjoy it and sing his praises,
Of
nobody
course.
will.
Well, I hope they're ready to listen, because I got a big mouth. And I ain't afraid to talk. I don't know if you could tell.
I had no idea.
No, I will tell all the things to an extent. because I'm not a snitch. You learn those lessons.
Yeah,
Don't be
hey,
a snitch unless somebody's life's in danger, and then you better snitch.
yep, definitely.
The more you
Well,
know.
with that being said, we are going to end this great conversation. Guys, girls, again, this has been an amazing conversation. Again, you see why I love talking to this young lady, because she is not just knowledgeable, she's not just funny, she's all of that in a cute little package. And man, what else could you ask for? So,
Oh, I don't know. Maybe some poise. I don't know. I might have some of that in the closet. I'll check.
hey, I'm about to say, sometimes you got to walk with your own swagger. You can't do
I
everybody's.
already told you about those heels. I got that. I'm like average height in those heels.
Wait a minute, how tall are you?
I am a staggering 5'2", but my personality is at least like 7'6".
Gee, that that explains a lot. That explains a lot. That reminds me of my ex-wife. She was 5'2", and
Oh, that's dangerous.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
the warning side. That's the red flag.
yeah, yeah. That you
Yeah,
notice I said ex, right?
not my fault. I didn't
No,
know either of you then.
hey, I'm just saying. It.
I mean,
I,
shout out to my husband. He chose this life. I did not hide the crazy, and it's been like almost 23 years. So,
my current wife, that's the first thing, the first conversation we had. She's like, I'm just gonna let you know I'm crazy. I'm like, okay, that's cute to say.
I mean,
No, no, no. It wasn't cute to say she was telling the truth. And
yeah.
and
Like,
I'm like,
okay, I am not certifiable crazy, but I will have fun at my own expense and yours, and you should join in. It's better that way.
it really is. It really
Hmm.
is.
Just have a good time. Make good memories. Make happy wrinkles.
Yes,
You know what I'm
yes.
saying? Like, don't be sad. Make happy wrinkles.
With that being said, guys, girls, thank you so much for joining us around the campfire one more time. As I always say before I leave a show, go support your local indie promotion. You never know who you'll see on it. You never know how these young men and women are working towards their ultimate goal. And you can be a part of that and have a great time and not spend your house money and your first 4 kids to get to a WWE show. I'm just saying.
Go
With
see the future stars.
exactly. With that being said, I am Professor Bear. This has been a Bear's Thought, and we will see you around the campfire very, very soon. Y'all take care.